Alright, what up, Juggalos and Juggalettes? It's your boy Almighty here in the building with the one and only Sin from Zug Island. Sin, what up, man?
What up, brother? Nothing but Zug love for Fagel lovers, for real.
That's what's up, man. Alright, so let's get right into it, man. I want to know what was life like for Sin before Zug Island?
It was like everybody else's life, man. As far as what, high school and growing up and whatnot?
Yeah, growing up and how you got into the whole music scene. Because I know, before you officially got onto Zug Island, you were sought out by a lot of different Detroit-based bands. So I want to know what it was all like before all the psychopathic stuff.
When I was wanting to, get into the industry and singing and stuff, I always did, like, small projects and things, but I thought serious about doing music. And before I knew it, I was in the studio at Psychopathic Records and recording. So that was the first major thing I've ever really done,
Mm-hmm.
And I made the choice then, and it was just crazy fun and kick ass, and that was it, man.
How did you first get involved with Psychopathic?
Mike P went and started went in for engineering job at Psychopathic, and then I went in there with him, and the next thing you know, it's for the clowns. It was just a random ad in a sense, you know what I mean?
Right.
It just all happened like random, Dark Carnival style for sure.
What was the first meeting like when you met with Violent J?
We were in the studio, and then this is when he first started smoking bud. So we went in the studio, and we were burning, and he was in the booth doing a track, and I'm just like, he came out, and they were burning. I'm like, dude, I go in there and fucking kill that shit. This is how it all really started. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm like, I can kill it. So we did the track Run.
Mm-hmm.
Got released somewhere down the way, but it was just like B-side, something that Joe was working on, Violent J. It's just like that cat's a workaholic. But to get back to it, we're in the studio hanging out. Boom, I went in there and then I started singing the track, and he's like, hell yeah. And then we went and did another track, and then we did Fly, which was released on Crack Tiles, of course. And then, yeah, man, it started from there, So Mike P answered an ad, going to the studio, and then me finally meeting them cats. I've always been down, but not, like since Malenko, you know what I mean? I love that, and, I jumped on them, and I've always digged them and went and seen whatever shows I could, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But then I never got to meet Joe or Joey or anybody at Psychopathic, and that was my first meeting, and that was my first get-up, so that was probably what, man?
03, 02 maybe?
No, fuck no, dude. 99 or 2000.
Oh, shit, okay, so it was long before, huh?
Yeah, because, 2000, Crack Tiles didn't get released until a year after, and then we were working on the Wraith.
Oh.
So ultimately, it became from us doing the Crack Tiles record and having that finished up, and then me and Mike P were working with Joe, ICP, and Mike P was producing and doing tracks, and ultimately Violent J is producing it, ICP. But yeah, that's how it all got started right then. And then next thing you know, it was just everything, it was kick-ass.
So what was the recording process like when you guys did Crack Tiles?
It was fucking incredible. We'd go in the studio, lay down the tracks, first had the tracks, and then Violent J would write to them, come in the studio, and then we'd bang out a bunch of songs, and then next thing you know, we're on to the next batch of songs. There was other songs that never made it on the record and stuff like that, so we just got to work right away. Anybody that knows Violent J is straight up workaholic, bro. That cat, he's he gets on a project, that's it, bam, it's on. You know what I mean? He takes everything fucking serious, and passionate about everything. It's just kick ass.
Those songs that weren't released on the original pressing of Crack Tiles, are we gonna find those on the supposed re-release that's gonna be coming out?
Yeah, there was one track that was called Idiot. And that got released on something. Yeah, all of them like on Psychopathic's Outer Space and some other different releases. Some of the B-side tracks of Crack Tiles that didn't go out with on there.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
What was your question?
So no, I was just gonna say, is there gonna be a re-release now of Crack Tiles coming out?
Yeah, brother, there is a re-release of Crack Tiles. We've already been working on the tracks in the studio. They're fucking devastating. Yeah, man, it's on. Just like was said at the seminar at the gathering. ICP's keeping by the word, and we're in the studio right away. Mike P also working on the tracks. With Kuma's also working on the tracks. Violent J's producing it, executive production.
Nice.
And yeah, it's just kick-ass, bro. It's fun. Got right in the studio and jumped in the booth and singing. It felt like we were right back in 2000.
That's amazing. Are you guys
Now,
re-recording?
Guido, hey, check it out. Guido came in. We had Guido come in,
Oh,
so
shit.
Guido played on the new tracks.
Oh, wow.
So for the first time ever, first time heard is on Fagel Lovers, that the new tracks are in the mix. And, like I was saying before, Violent J's a workaholic. I wouldn't be surprised if we're going to be back in there working on some new stuff right away for the new re-release.
Nice.
And that, a new record. Definitely a new record, so.
So, are the new re-release that's coming out of Cracked Tiles, are the songs, all the original songs, being re-recorded, or is it going to be just remastered from the old masters?
Remastered from the old masters,
Okay.
I believe, and then there's going to be some videos done that were never done before,
Yes.
and we'll do some video flavor on there and just added bonus, hook it up psychopathic style. You know how they roll. It's going to be the shit, and it's going to be, yeah, it's epic because the record's not out there no more. As far as I understand, I don't think it's out there.
It's been out of print for a long time now.
Yeah, and then so it's like we're just talking, and he's like, "Would you be, wanting to do it?" And I'm like, "Let's get this shit together and do it. I would love to do it." You know what I mean?
That's awesome, man. I've still got my original copy from 2003, so I'm all set.
So I got a copy. I got a original copy. It's all scratched up, but I keep it. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
That's my shit. That was the first one off the box. Once that warehouse crate came in, I'm like, shit, I'm taking number uno.
Oh, nice. So,
Yeah.
Is Dan Miller involved with the new recordings as well?
He is not, brother, no.
Okay.
No. Dan was a good friend of mine, and I met him, when this was all going down at the party store, because we were buying party supplies for the house.
Mm-hmm.
So I got to know the dude at the party store, and he happened to play keyboards. He could scratch and cut and do some DJ. And I'm like, look, man, I got a rock and roll band called Zug Island. You want to come fucking do some shit? And he's like, hell yeah. And it just kind of all came about like that. Guido and Ashley, they were all like session players. Ashley was a great friend of ours forever, and then became the part of the band. And then Guido back in the day got sick, so that's how that happened.
Okay.
But he was back on and got on the new tracks, dude. It was dope.
That's amazing to hear, man. So that's good.
Yeah.
Got some breaking
Yeah,
news
so
here.
it's the original lineup for the original re-release of Cracked Tiles, and yeah, you're gonna dig it. I'm excited. I'd love for you to hear the tracks now, but that'd be fucked up.
Yeah, I hear you, man. Well, no worries, man. Maybe when I make it to Michigan again, we can meet up. You can play me something.
Take you out in the ride and fucking bump their tracks.
That's what's up. All right, man. So I want to take you back to 2003. What was life like for you after the release of Cracked Tiles?
It was crazy. There was the 202 gathering of Juggalos in Peoria, Illinois. You know what I'm saying? So that was the first epic arena performance. You know what I mean? Hello.
Yeah, I'm still here, brother.
I got you. Just went silent.
Oh, no worries, man. So, okay, so,
2002. So so the record wasn't out by then.
Yep.
It was out in 03.
03, yeah.
How dope is that? So there was that big delay. We let out 8 tracks on the internet for free.
Yes.
And then there was a huge delay. But meanwhile, before the release, so there was the 2002 Gathering of the Juggalos, and then there was that gap. I got you. And then 03, the release. Then we went out on tour. It was kick-ass, bro. Much love was out there. You know what I mean? It was totally different. Just a crazy emotional fucking ride. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was the beginning of the family era.
It was the beginning of the family era, beginning of, man, just crazy camaraderie and just the having an open ear and open mind. Some of the OG juggalos that are like, nah, I'm just down with the wicked shit. But then you know what? They're like, you know what? That's a kick-ass song, and somehow that song's always.
Hell
You know what I
yeah.
mean? Or it's, one of the lighter tracks off the record,
Right. So after Cracked Tiles came out and you guys toured, it was time for the sophomore release of 333. Why was it being released on a sub-label of Action Smash as opposed to being released, directly through Psychopathic?
Yeah, it was a crazy time in that, in that era right there. And were doing MTV video, you know. We wanted to, you know, did a non-explicit record, and we wanted to do like MTV video, see if we can't split Zug over to that, you know, realm. And that's something that, you know, me and Mike P made a choice that we wanted to try to do, and try to do radio and do all that, and it was kick-ass, you know what I mean? Yeah. In the reality, we really realized what the real was those hundreds of Down-Ass fans that were up front singing the songs, not the 10,000 mainstream fans that were in the back that didn't know any of the songs except for Cry.
Right.
And we'd get over on them with Cry. But the reality was I was just performing to the Juggalos up front and all my family, and they became family on the road. I mean, that's how life did change. I met a lot of new friends and a lot of people that I passionately love, and it's crazy cool, you know what I mean? And that's how things did change, you know? Just having that camaraderie out there in fucking Colorado when I never even knew anybody in Colorado. No, if I'm ever stuck in Colorado on the side of the road, guess what, brother? I will not be stuck. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you, man. So what ended up happening with Axe and Smash? I mean, the video came out. The video had, you know, a little bit of success from my understanding, and then the label just folded.
Yeah, let me get back with you on that. I kind of sidetracked.
No worries, bro.
Yeah, so our idea was to do radio, stuff like that. We did do that. We did a lot of radio festivals. We did a lot of things. You know, Best Buy was getting behind it. You know, we had Walmart sales, stuff like that. MTV2 was spinning it. I mean, it was working, you know what I mean? For as many doors that were wide open or as many doors that were slammed shut, you know, because of the psychopathic. But we had, you know, Axe and Smash, you know, get up. You know, we're not trying to lie to any Juggalos. We're, you know, letting everybody know that's what was up. And they knew that, you know what I mean? That's where we were going with Zug Island, you know what I mean? But it just became what it became, and, you know, we realized that the only real deal is fucking Juggalo family, and that's for real. You know what I mean?
Right. So now
that was ever kick-ass out there anyway, you know?
Oh, I hear you, man. So after Axe and Smash, Zug Island left the label completely. There was a little bit of
That's what you're saying, like getting back to it. So then Axe and Smash just kind of defused.
Yeah.
And then just, you know, with all the trials and tribulations of being in a fucking band and everything, Mike P was doing other side projects, stuff like that. You know, I might have been partying a little bit too much. You know, and it just kind of, you know, defused in a sense, you know, but never went away. I always tried to keep Zug going and doing, you know, on and off things like that. But yeah, pretty much, I think MC Breed was on there also, and we're trying to do some other angles on it.
So
Axe and Smash, but you know, Alex, everything changed from presidents and everything, and the label did a switch over, and a lot has changed since then.
Was the decision on your behalf to leave the label completely, or was that kind of just a contract thing where it just ended and?
Yeah, it's just kind of it was just exactly that, you know. It's kind of a thing like that. But me, Joe, and Joey, and we've always been crazy friends all through all this, you know what I mean? And everybody from the psychopathic family, and yeah, it was just something that, you know, I don't know, just kind of, you know, fused out. I don't really know how to, you know, explain it, but it's kind of in the history of any rock and roll band, I guess, you know?
Yep.
It's a fucked up thing, you know, to be with, you know, a bunch of cats and being crazy, up, doing shows, and then fucking the down, you know?
Right.
Down is like, that's the devil's playground, man. Idle hands, the devil's playground, you know what I mean?
I hear you, brother.
But it gives you a fun ride, too, you know?
Oh, I hear you, man. So
yeah, the label defused, and that was kind of it for that. But I always did do like gatherings and family gatherings, or you know, and like I said, always friends with Joe and Joey, and just kick ass, always cool, and yeah.
Did your relationship? I know you and Isham were pretty close too when you guys were on the label. Did that relationship kind of deteriorate too? And did you ever work with him on any of his albums?
I did Redemption with him. I sang the chorus on Redemption, and yeah, Isham's cool. I mean, I don't have no beef with him at all. Never have, never will.
Yeah.
You know, he's you know, Detroit, you know, underground legend out here, and you know, that cat's cool, man. We've had a lot of crazy fun together, and just like in life in a sense, and everything, how it works. I don't really talk to him often now, but you know, back then we talked quite a bit, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because, you know, there was speculation that he had something to do with you kind of leaving the label, and...
What's that?
There was speculation, like rumors on the internet, that when Isham left, that you guys kind of sided with him and left as well, and there was this whole turmoil, but people weren't really buying into that too much. I don't know if you've been following what Isham's been saying lately about Joe and Joey, but it hasn't really been the most, professional things that he's been saying online, so...
that sucks, bro. Yeah, I don't go online at all. Anybody that knows me, I never hit that internet heat like that, but...
Yeah.
The real is, no, not at all. For sure, no.
Cool.
It was never our decision back then. And Isham definitely doesn't make decisions for me.
Perfect.
But if he's saying, stupid shit about Joe and Joey, then, I've never heard of it, or I don't know anything about it.
Right.
That sucks if he is.
Yeah.
But, everybody's got their own fucking opinion about anything,
Yeah, exactly. All right, man. Well, back to the music. So, after 333, Promised Land was supposed to come out, and then apparently it leaked online. And then I know after it had, supposedly leaked online, there was a new record that was supposed to come out called N010 or something along those lines. Feel free to speak on that a bit.
Yeah, the real deal on that was, On 10. That was the one I wanted to do another project. But Promised Land, it leaked out. We were working on the tracks, me and Mike P. And I was doing Zug projects, going out and doing my thing, had different lineups, stuff like that. But then, someone got a hold of it, I think iPod style or something.
Right.
And then released it on the fucking internet. And, which is cool, because I was always saying I'd release it out there for free anyway, but I think it was somebody that was inside, probably close to me. And then, it fucking sucked, but I'd like to release that record in its full entirety and then, put some videos to that flavor. And, and Promised Land's a dope tracks on there. I don't know if you've heard it.
I've heard a few on YouTube, yeah.
Yeah, I wrote a bunch on there of like acoustic bass that turned into some epic jams, like Chemical Girl.
Right.
And, and then on 10... I started working on that. That's in my basement, and I've still been working on that. That's kind of like a solo project
that,
I want to do, I got a lot of music I've been working on, but you always are your own worst critic, and, it just takes other people around you to be like, that's the shit, that's it, you know what I'm saying?
So, because it's not easy being a musical genius, right?
That's right. Nobody's really a musical genius. The genius part of it is the music, dude, straight up. Nobody's really a musical genius. It's what comes epically within creating a song, because some of the simplest fucking tunes in the world are the best, man. They move millions, and that's what I do love about music. It can either scare the fuck out of you, or make you want to fuck somebody, or make you want to fuck somebody up, you know what I mean? Yeah, I like to get fucked instead of fucked up, so I try to do some of the love tracks,
Nice.
But, no, man, music's magical that way, man, and that's why, on the real, I don't really like country western, but there is some old school country shit that's just some meaningful fucking lyrical stuff that's cool, and then there's all the new pop shit that sucks ass, and a lot of the rock shit's the same way, I don't really like fucking Nickelback.
Right.
And then shit like that, but, music is the magical genius portion of it, man.
I hear you, man. Hey, speaking of Nickelback, because, I am a Canadian, I heard somewhere that you were a Canadian, too. Is that true?
My parents are born and raised in Prince Edward Island.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, and they're also, they're buried there. They both passed.
Oh,
and
my condolences.
333 is when my father passed away.
Oh, okay.
And that's why there's tracks on there like You, that's written for my dad. But, I'm the black sheep. All the rest of my family's born in Canada.
Right.
Me and my brother Al, we're both born here in Michigan.
Oh, okay.
In Detroit, yeah.
So, I just wanted to touch on that, man. That actually just kind of sprung up when you said Nickelback. I'm like, hey, wait a minute. I know we have a connection here somehow. All right.
Yeah, and to show, crazy family love in the sense, I was all the way out in, I was in Prince Edward Island, and these other down-ass juggalos, my brother Eric, my oldest brother Eric, who does a lot of web stuff, Old Mofo. We went on the internet, and some down-ass juggalos, man, came all the way out, man, over to the flyover. They got to go on a small-ass plane, fly over and all that.
Yeah.
It came and hooked me up with some nugs out there, bro, when I was out there for my father's funeral.
Oh, nice.
Because, of course, coming from the States, you can't bring no blood, and there's a whole thing. But those cats made a 6-hour journey is to come bring me a sack.
Jesus.
That's family love, brother.
Yeah,
forget their names, man, but something Canadian. Oh, man, they're going to hate me, but hopefully they hit you up and then I can get their names again.
Shout out to them from Sin, man. I'll make sure that gets out there.
To the Canadian Juggalos, I love you all, man.
That's what's up.
Got nothing but love. The one cat's had crazy red hair, crazy Irish kid, man. It's just real soft-spoken, cool style, down-ass Juggalo.
Nice.
I seen him at the gathering, too, man, but I was all crazy fucking fucked up. Said what's up, hung out with them. I think I hooked him up with some swag love and shit like that, and didn't really get spend enough quality time, but man, I love Canadian Juggalos, and I'd love to go to Canada on tour, man.
Yes.
I got my stuff all, like, ready to go. I have, felonies and stuff that had to get worked out, so.
I'm glad you touched on that, man. Let's talk a little bit about this upcoming tour that I know Zug Izland is going to be a part of. So it's the Mighty Death Pop Tour. True or false? Zug Izland's going to be on it, right?
It seems it's purely speculation at this point.
Okay.
But, man, I hope to be on a lot of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm sure we'll probably have it. We'll see what's going on, but that's purely speculation at this time. But it's been said at the seminar, and so far everything that's been said at the seminar has been true, my brother.
Perfect to hear, man. That's what we want.
But half the lies I tell are not true. Okay? So take it for what it's worth.
All right, man. Sounds good.
I'm down by love. I love the Death Pop record, man. How you digging them sounds?
I love it, man. I love it to death. I know a lot of people aren't crazy about it, but you know what, man? I'm maturing. I'm getting older myself, and I'm growing with the music, and I absolutely love it, man.
Yeah, but many people, like, I love Malenko, and then many people, like, Bizarre is my shit, too, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But Death Pop, man, it covers all of that,
Yes.
It's kick-ass. I love it.
I love it to death, man.
Juggalo Juice, fuck yeah, man.
Were you on that album at all, or no?
No.
Damn it.
What? No.
I was waiting to hear some, special secret info here about you being on it, but damn it. All right, well, next time around, man, you gotta, because you did bless the Wraith.
I did a lot of stuff on the Wraith.
Yeah.
That was one of the most coolest times of my life working on that record. We traveled around the United States and fucking worked at all the best studios, and I think some of the best sounds I've ever heard on a record ever, and it was just magical and epic time in my life, you know what I mean? The release of Cracked Tiles and that, and 333. That was just kick-ass, bro.
Well, brother, I've got a DVD audio disc that was released back in the day of the Wraith, and when I play it on my surround sound DVD player, I hear shit in there that I don't hear when I play, like, the regular CD, right? And I swear to God, man, every time I hear your voice, it feels like you're right there. It's the craziest shit in the world. I don't know if you have a copy of that or not, but there's a DVD audio version of the Wraith.
Yeah, and it's a 5-point surround.
Oh, but it's the greatest thing ever released, man. I love that thing.
And then you just hear my voice right in the room. This is your voice.
Yeah.
And all of the stuff I did on there, My favorite track on there probably would be I love the bridge, man.
Oh yeah.
I've seen some children. It's just such a fucking jam, you know what I mean?
I think that was the first track I heard that was released off the Wraith, right? That was like the first thing they put out.
I think that record, ICP wrote an amazing record, and that's shit, dude. And it was just an honor just to be able to sing on some backup stuff, and doing that, and just, I learned a lot from Joe and Joey, and super cool, dude. It was an epic time in my life.
Hell yeah. All right, man. I'm going to get to some of these questions I got from the internet folks. So, first question I got was from Archie in LA. He's asking, can we expect to hear Mike P back on the boards for any psychopathic projects in the future?
I'm not really sure. We're doing this re-release right now. I don't know what's going to happen in the future, All
right, so...
It's hard to say. It is 2012, and, well, you know what they're saying. It's the end of the fucking world, so I don't know, man. I don't know if he's going to be working on future projects or not, but he's working on this project here.
Good. Okay. So that's a good enough answer. Was getting the original lineup back together hard to do?
A few phone calls and nothing but sheer love and kick-ass.
Perfect.
Nothing. It wasn't hard to do at all. It was kick-ass.
All right. Perfect. Do you guys have any new albums getting written? How's the chemistry in the studio with all the original members been since it's been a minute? Well, you kind of already touched on that, right? So.
Yeah, it was super magical and super easy, and like I said, it just felt like we were right back in the mix of things. It was funny, same jokes, same shit, same everything. It's cool, man. Magical, kick ass.
All right, man. This one's pretty funny, actually. Psychopathic Traders sent this one in, and he's asking, on a scale from 1 to debonair male slave, how did Chris MC buying you in 2002 make you feel? So I guess he's talking about the auction at the O2 Gathering when you got sold.
How did I feel?
Yeah.
I felt like cattle, man. I was just hoping that there wouldn't be any gay juggalo out there, wanting to fucking bid on me. But finally, I got to meet a really cool friend, and she was kick-ass, and we had fun. I took her to meet Twisted, took her backstage, took her to meet ICP. We cruised around. It was kick-ass. Crystal was her name.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and she's super cool.
Dope. Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, we had fun, and it was just crazy fun is exactly what it was. And I got to meet a lot of cool people, a lot of her friends. We hung out in her hotel room, cruised back. I was just hanging out. That's all. So it wasn't much of a thing,
Hell yeah.
I don't remember how much I got, how much I auctioned off, but I'm not that very good, so hopefully she didn't have to spend that much money.
It was $500 apparently.
Really, I'm totally not worth that. That's fucked up. She spent like $400 too much.
All right, man.
I should probably give her back some money. Although I never seen the money. What did the money go for? Charity?
Probably, yeah.
It did, because Psychopathic Straight Up does a lot of charity stuff, bro, for real.
Oh, I know they do. So yeah, it probably did go to charity.
Around, man. I passed out thousands of turkeys out to the homeless years ago, man. We're out there, my hands are freezing. People are coming up. They're like, yeah, I need a turkey for my cousin. I need a turkey for my brother. He's sick at home. You know what I mean? Like, all right, man. We're just unloading turkeys. Everybody. Twisted was out there. Joey.
Isham.
ADK.
Yeah.
Zug Izland. It was kick-ass, man.
I seen the news footage of that.
Psychopathic does a lot of cool stuff like that.
Oh, hell yeah. I seen the news footage of that, man. That was like when the raid came out. That was like 03, 02, yeah.
Yeah, back in through them days. See, magical days, bro.
Yeah,
that was
man.
Dark Carnival in full effect.
Yeah. Next thing I want to talk about, Sin, before we wrap it up here, let's talk about what's happening in a few weeks. The Big Ballas Christmas party, and, Zug Izland's doing a very special acoustic performance. Why don't you let the people know all about that?
Well, it's exactly what you said, a very special acoustic performance. And I'm excited, man. We've done, me and Mike T actually flew out to Ireland, and we did an acoustic performance for the UK Zugalos.
Okay.
What up, UK Zug? And Sweet Evil, all them cats, man, everybody. We went down there, and it was so much fun. We did an acoustic performance there. We played for like 2 hours, so.
Wow.
We're not going to be playing 2 hours at Big Ballers. But just to get back to, we've done acoustic before and it works out, but it can be mellow. But if the crowd's down, it will be very hype.
Dope.
But we figure we're gonna do tracks that people want to hear. Call out in the audience and be like, well, what do you want to hear? And then we'll play some of that. And if it gets boring, then we'll switch to something else. And maybe I'll pull out some Christmas jams. Maybe I won't.
All right.
Because those could get quite boring. And I love acoustic performance, but you got to have the proper environment for it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And, it could be absolutely magical, or like I said, it could be absolutely boring. But me being part of the project, I have to say it will not be. I'll make it as hype as fuck as I possibly can, with crowd participation. Of course, you need all your brothers and sisters out there to help me out.
Of course.
And then I'll be loud as fuck.
Hell yeah.
And we got some crazy good ideas, dude. What track would you want to hear acoustic if you had a choice to hear one?
You know what, man? If I could hear one, I would say Fly.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy weird.
Yeah. You know, well, man, I like really obscure, weird shit like that, so...
Yeah, that'd be the one if we were on stage and you'd be like, yeah, play Fly. I'd be like, oh, fuck.
Or you know what, man? Even if I heard Fire acoustically, I just want to give you a challenge there. How about that one?
Fire's dope. That's a good challenge. Yeah. Yeah.
I know Cry would be the one that really knocks him down, right?
Cry?
Yeah.
We're definitely going to do Cry.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then once again, if that gets boring, we're going to flip out, man, and go fucking flip to another jam. So that could be just a whole fucking, you know, I'm not quite sure. We're still rehearsing on it and working on putting the element together.
Is it going to be filmed?
I wanted to make the most magical fucking sing-along fucking jam ever known to man.
You have to.
And woman and child.
You have to.
We cover all the fucking bases, you know?
You gotta set up the stage so it looks like, you know, some MTV Unplugged type stuff, man, and with the Christmas decorations, and you gotta film that.
Right on. Well, that's the key. And for me, I want candle opera, man. Just a bunch of candles. But, you know, I don't want to burn the place down. That would be fucked up.
It wouldn't be the first time the shelter got burnt down, though, right?
I'm sure. No, I don't think it ever has. I wouldn't want to be the first. That wouldn't be one of the epic releases I would want to do. You know what I'm saying?
That'd be phenomenal. Well,
I've heard about bringing a house down, but never burning it down. You know, it never quite works out.
You know what, though, man? As you know, and I don't want to just be like on a whole Cracked House kick, but even anything off 333, if I heard it acoustic, like you know, Nothing, or even Ride. How about Ride acoustic?
Yeah, dope. It always sounds really good. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Pull that shit off.
Which you know, and
you know the thing of it is, brother, it all works out acoustic. You know, for that perfect environment, that perfect time, and it's just like it's kick ass. You know, I've done it in the past, like I said, and it's magical. But you know, we're gonna choose our battles for this one. It's big ballers, so we gotta be baller style, keep the crowd hype as we possibly can, and it's you know, it can be a challenge, you know, to do an acoustic performance.
Of course, man.
Suck ass or be fucking devastating.
I can't see Zug Island sucking, though. It's just...
No.
To me, man, you know what, man? Those two albums, dude, for me, my top 5, like, rock albums of all time, those two sit in my top 5.
Oh, hell yeah, bro. That's the shit.
Honest to God, man, because they're, you know, the writing is phenomenal.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit more of a sucker for 333. I can't even lie to you, man. It's more organic and sonically universal to me to listen to 333 than Cracked Tiles.
Right on. Violent J, ICP wrote
Cracked Tiles.
Exactly. And then I wrote 333.
And you know what, man? I'm telling you, I love Cracked Tiles to death. Obviously, I played it the fuck out, but when I heard 333, it blew my mind, man.
Right on, that's the shit, bro. I mean, like I was saying earlier, you know, the magic is within the music itself, you know, and the writing aspect of it, of course. I was going through crazy times, like I said earlier, my parents passing away. You know, when they did pass away, they were living back in PEI.
Right.
They were living over there, so I had to travel over there, you know. And yeah, crazy times that was, you know, for me then, ups and downs, you know what I'm saying?
And, you know, we can all relate to that. Hell, I can relate to anything on Cracked Tiles, too.
Yeah, and then even, like 333 is that record for me.
Yeah.
Like, I got it tattooed on my skin, you know, it's the lights, and then, it's, you know, a reoccurring thing in my life, you know.
Yeah.
But I hope, and I pray that fucking I can return that with another 333.
Yeah, hell yeah.
It's just epic, and I believe I have that downstairs in my basement right now with about 34 tracks I have down there that are dope. You know, but it's just a matter of releasing the ones that are it. You know, most of the stuff I write's all slit your wrist stuff, you know, and fucking sorrow and down and out kind of shit, you know?
Yeah, of course.
But in reality, I don't always feel that way. It's just the way that I write, you know?
Yeah, man, there's nothing wrong with that because I'm sure out there, you know, you're touching somebody and helping them out, and that's what music comes down to, man. It's all about the message, and you're definitely delivering it.
Yeah, but you don't want your whole crowd to be on fucking lewd, doing their drooling and be like, I love this music. And everybody wants to kill themselves. They're just all suicidal people, and you're just like, really, it's going to be okay, everybody. That's all, every group hug. Let's love each other. That's it, you know?
Oh, man. All right, Sam, so let's wind this down a bit, man. My last question for you, it's one that I ask everybody I interview. One day when Sin is no longer walking this earth, what do you want the legend of Zug Island to be?
When the day that I die?
Yeah.
What do I want the legend of Zug Island to be?
Yeah.
It's timeless, man, and epic, and that's just, it'll be what it is. This is what it already started to be. It's just like it's music, and when I'm dead and gone, it'll still be here.
Hell yeah.
So I achieved a goal in life that a lot of people have never achieved. Some of the greatest musicians in the world, that are the best in the world, can release a song today and no one will listen to it tomorrow.
Right.
But they may stumble on it later when they die. But, I've achieved so many goals in my life that, die tomorrow, I'm straight. But I hope it's after Big Ballers.
All right.
After I do the acoustic performance, because that's going to be a lot of fun, and that'll be another kick-ass notch for the Sinster's belt.
Hell yeah.
But I just want to be remembered as a good person, man. Someone who made some cool music, and the people that personally know me, someone that gave as much love as they gave to me. You know what I'm saying? Just to be remembered as a cool cat.
Dope. All right. So, do we have a release date, yet for Cracked Tiles, the re-release?
No.
Okay.
Not that I know of. I haven't heard anything on that.
But if the tour happens, will it be available on the tour? Is that safe to say?
Sure. Yeah, I'm sure of it. I would hope so. I don't know. There's still other technical things that have to go down and stuff like that. There was also mention of shooting some videos. I mentioned earlier,
Yeah.
Shoot videos, stuff like that. So it's hard to say as to how fast that's all going to go and everything like that. But knowing psychopathic and knowing ICP, it could happen overnight. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's crazy the way they work over there, and like I said, it's always full on. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah. All right, bro.
That's why Psychopathic Records say the shit.
Hell yeah, all day.
Mm-hmm.
All right, brother. If you have any other final words, final thoughts for everybody listening, feel free to shoot them out. Let people know where they can find out, the latest info on Zug Island besides Faygo Lovers, obviously.
Mm-hmm. That's most important. Go to Faygo Lovers and look for everything.
Perfect.
And hopefully you guys will always stay down like you always have from the beginning. And then, I just got much love for everybody. Thanks so much. And for those of you I haven't met yet, I can't wait to meet you and rock some shows, man. Dark Carnival style.
Perfect. All right, Sin. Thanks a lot, brother. Really appreciate it.
All right, take care, brother.
You
Peace
too.
out. Whoop, whoop.
Whoop, whoop.